Laura Jane Grace. Laura Jane Grace is the lead singer and founder of the punk rock band Against Me, although better known as an anarchist punk transgender advocate. Laura was born in 1980 in Fort Benning, Georgia, in an Army family. Her parents originally named her Thomas James Gable, and they moved around quite frequently from Texas, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and even Germany and Italy. She began playing guitar at 8 years old when she lived in Italy and mostly taught herself how to play. When Laura was 12 years old, her parents separated and she moved to Naples, Florida with her mom and brother. She said she felt like a poor kid in a rich neighborhood, sticking out like a sore thumb. She began listening and becoming a fan of punk rock, especially attracted to the political nihilist and anarchist facets of the genre. In middle school, Laura played bass with a cover band she formed with members of her church's youth group. At the church talent show, they played Nirvana and Pearl Jam song covers. At this time, she also endured bullying and was eventually arrested at age 14. This encounter with law enforcement so early in life gave further reason for Laura to despise authority. In an interview with Spin magazine, she said, "I think authority and government base their power on violence. I refuse to recognize anyone's power over me." Before she reached her 16th birthday, she was convicted of 2 felonies and placed under house arrest. Her activism against the government and their violence continued, and she made a zine titled Misanthrope and interviewed with Black activists and Black Panther Bobby Seale. By age 17, Laura dropped out of high school and continued the music project she was creating with her bandmate and close friend, John Bowen. This was when Against Me was formed. Their songs drew influence from early acoustic protest music, covering topics such as the class struggle. They became known as one of the most politically outspoken bands around. She also married her first wife during this time in 2000. Their debut album, Against Me is Reinventing Axl Road, was released in 2002 through local independent record label No Idea Records. They continued growing in fame and performing as they put out 2 more albums. Laura then married her wife and became a parent to her daughter, Evelyn, in 2009. The band signed a record deal with Warner Brothers in 2007 when Laura was 27 years old. This is also when she began exploring gender expression and wrote a song that explicitly expressed her gender dysphoria. "If I could have chosen, I would have been born a woman. My mother once told me she would have named me Laura. I would grow up to be strong and beautiful like her. One day, I'd find an honest man to make my husband." However, she didn't publicly come out as trans until 2012. In the past decade, Laura has been busy with an Emmy-nominated web series called True Trans, putting out more Against Me albums, Shapeshift With Me, and Transgender Dysphoria Blues. She put out a solo album, Bought to Rot, and she's been writing and published her memoir, Tranny, Confessions of Punk Rock's Most Famous Anarchist Sellout.